We're going to go by the coaches and the replacements that should follow. You're a Giants fan. Do you think Joe Judge has another year?
Well, he does. They said they're bringing back Dan. I don't think he should. Yeah, I don't. It's really tough because I think we'll go for several coaches, but I think the real reason that I think and excuse me, not that Gettleman will probably leave, and then I don't see how they bring in a new GM and he's not going to want his own coach, which is why I don't really understand. I think that may just be fake. Where I think
they're just trying to reinsure.
Yeah. I think I believe Daniel Jones may stay another year, but then again, a new head coach might want his own quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a chain reaction.
Yeah.
But then if I'm the Giants again, it's a little bit too risky to go get a quarterback because his quarterback class, like we've said a lot, has a lot of high upside guys, but no one who I would say is particularly NFL ready. Maybe
you have
Matt
to wait
Corral.
for another year where you can get maybe a Bryce.
Yeah, a Bryce Young or and then again this year maybe we trade for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I would say Joe Judge is on the hot seat no matter what. The question is really, do we bring that new GM in and what does he do? So again, that's a tougher one for me. What do you think?
Well, I just want to finish this off. Say your new GM says, I don't want to have Joe Judge as my coach anymore. Who are some assistants or some ex-NFL coaches that you think could be suited well for the Giants?
I don't know. Again, I'm not a very huge on coaches, but it's tough because I think some of me and Charlie talked about a lot of things Charlie says is, don't bring in a guy who's new or unless they're proven, which I think is a great point. And again,
what we're seeing around
I really like Eric Bieniemy, obviously. I like
what we're seeing around
Brian
the NFL
Dable,
right now with the new NFL coaches. The new mold is the McVay void as we're seeing. It's been working for most
young
teams
guys.
As we've seen Kingsbury, who I'm not so high on myself, but a lot of people like him. We see McVay, we see Shanahan, we see Brian Flores, and this is the new version, which is Zach Taylor, who's been absolutely incredible for the Bengals. He's working miracles with them. So, what do you think? What do you think? You want to bring in a new OC that can be a coach, or you want to shop in house?
I don't know. If I'm the Giants, I'm going. Oh, I want Dable. I want Bieniemy. I want someone who's proven.
All right.
Whether that be that, but I think in terms of again, I would have to. I'm kind of on the spot, so I would have to come up with coaches. Think about, but again, just off the top of my head, obviously guys who I know. Joe Brady maybe, but I don't think he's suited to be a head coach, and obviously he was just fired, so
yeah,
I don't think so. But let's go into coach in the hot seat. We'll go down the list. I'm gonna quickly we'll go over why. Matt Nagy, I don't think we need to touch on this much. He needs to be out. If they lose this week, I don't know. They're still debating it, but I think he's out regardless as well. Matt Rule, I think he deserves another year.
I give him another year as well.
I think the quarterback play has been so atrocious. I think you have to give him a new guy.
Yeah.
Because Matt Rule's been good. Matt Rule a couple years ago were like, this is one of the new young guys who's going to be fantastic. And same with Joe Brady, which I think they fired him too early.
I do like Matt Rule. I think they fired Joe Brady because he wasn't able to make it work with quarterbacks.
Yeah. Definitely. Exact same. Then Vic Fangio.
He's done.
You think so?
I think he's done.
He's too defensive for me.
His team has too good of a defense not to be able to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and they currently have a less than 1% chance, so technically they can still... Oh, maybe that... Never mind. Wait, yeah, where? Yeah, so exactly. They're currently 7-8, and they have Chargers. So maybe. We'll see. Then, okay, so obviously, all right. So Fangio, I agree. Pete Carroll, no. Here's the thing. Do I think Pete Carroll should be fired if Russ goes? It's a very complicated thing to see out. We actually talked about this. If you guys want to check this out a little bit more, in depth, about specifically the Seahawks team, go check out our clip we posted about the Seahawks rebuild. If the Seahawks let go of Russell Wilson, I think Pete Carroll should be fired. I think they restart. I think rebuild. And again, some people will sound like Charlie and Serge like Pete Carroll to be that guy who starts the rebuild, but I think he's too old. I don't think he's someone who wants to go through a full rebuild as a coach. I say he goes. Russell Wilson is, I think, a big reason why this guy has been so successful. I would move on.
Well,
Pete Carroll has some of the most say. Him and Bill Belichick are the two coaches who have the most say in their organization. Yeah. If you want them if you think they're managers, owners, like these guys have a ton of say. So I don't, in terms of just, there are the guys that don't, and then there are guys like them that do. So I don't know if, just internally they would be okay with firing him. I don't know if they think Pete Carroll has too much to say, but I do think Pete Carroll should be fired. I don't think he will be.
I don't think Pete Carroll should be fired. I think he is someone who's shown over the course of the years, and I don't agree that Russell Wilson's made him the coach he is. He was always a coach in the NFL before Russell Wilson. He's been able to work well. And obviously Russell Wilson's worked well with him, and it's worked out a lot better. But I think just generally, Pete Carroll's been able to adapt over the course of the years to the current NFL, and I don't know why he won't be able to do it again. This year is just a blip in the road. They've hit injuries. They have one of the worst defenses in the league. But I think they can rework that with Pete Carroll at the helm, and I do agree that he is going to be the one that sees him through this rebuild. And it might not be a while. He's not a young man. I think he'll be able to do it.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So, what's your verdict?
I think Pete Carroll stays on.
Okay, you're the exact same. Okay, so you're the same. So I'm the only one thing. Mike Zimmer, I think we have the same.
Done.
Zimmer, I think should be out. But then it kind of comes down to the thing of like, what about Kirk Cousins? Do you
get rid of Zimmer? You keep on to Cousins.
Yeah, because I think Cousins is capable of leading you to a Super Bowl. I don't. Yeah, I think it's the defense, and I think coaching at end of the week. Because the Vikings are very team where it's like, really, what is wrong with them? I mean, they should be good, but I think it's the defense and coaching. People say Mike Zimmer, oh, he's such a good coach, such a good coach. We actually have a clip on the Mike Zimmer one as well. He's such a good coach, and then obviously he just hasn't kind of
done that.
Done that. Yeah, exactly. He just has not done that. But are there any other coaches?
I think questions can potentially be asked about Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I think he stays on.
Yeah,
I think he stays on.